Hello there, Leslie McDonnell. I just thought I'd take a couple of minutes and walk through the market stats with you today. So here we've got the June 2019 Metro Vancouver Snap Stats. They give us a nice overview look as to what's happening in the market. So here in the downtown market, we're sitting at a balanced market, 15% sales ratio, just about 900 units on the market and almost 140 of those sold. When we look at the prices that are selling, pretty much anything under 1.5, 1.2, under $1 million, you're getting that activity. Anything under 700, you're getting a lot more activity. Anything over the 2.5 million mark, really slow market. When we look at sort of the average price, it's about 1% below the list price. So a little bit of negotiating going on, but not as aggressive as when we look over here at the west side detached market. This is a buyer's market. You've got almost 700 units on the market, about 60 of those sold. That's a 9% sales ratio. So that is a true buyer's market. When we're looking at the pricing, basically a couple under that $2 million mark, those are going to be land value. And then, a few here and there. Nobody's, running away with anything here. Lots of heavy negotiating. On average, homes are selling 9% below list price. And, in this market right now, we're seeing lots of activity at open houses, but buyers and sellers are having difficulties aligning their expectations. And we're seeing, maybe sellers are thinking they can get more money for theirs, buyers are thinking they can get better deals, and it's bringing that all in together and finding that magic win-win scenario. Looking over at the east side detached market. So let's stick with the detached houses. We've got a bit of a busier market over here, 14% sales ratio. So just at the beginning of a balanced market. Not anything's really selling under that $1 million mark. So you're not getting in for under $1 million yet for a detached home on the east side. When we look at we've got 4% below list price. So still negotiating, not as hard as on the west side, and still happening there. Going back to the west side, the attached condos market, we can see that we've got a 15% sales ratio. So just squeaking into that balanced market there, not quite 1,000 units on the market. Price points, we've got a couple sold in that $300-400 million range, or sorry, 300 to 400,000, and then 500,000. It's almost a 50% sales ratio. 600-700, you're getting still sellers markets. It's when you get over that 1.25, then we're back into that buyer's market, 8-7%. With respect to close to the list price, it's actually 100% of list price. So not a lot of negotiating happening. Prices are still holding strong. Over on the east side attached, so again, condos, east side, we've got almost a buyer's market, almost a seller's market. Seller's market starts at a 21% sales ratio. So we've got 600 units, 120 of those selling. Looking at the prices, we can see, there's been a few on the market that are in that 300,000 to 400,000 range. A few of them are selling. More numbers come up when we get above 400,000. And again, over 1.5, it starts to just drop right off. Overall, homes are selling on average 3% below the list price. Still negotiating is happening. Flip over here to the stats center. So Vancouver East Side, looking at the condos, because we were just there now, we can see that it's been a slow rise and it's a pretty steady, a little bit of a decline, but nothing too crazy. Checking that same attached market on the west side, we saw a bit of a higher increase. We're seeing a bit more of a lower decline, but still nothing too drastic. If we switch that over to the detached houses, Little bit of a different story. We saw a huge increase up here, and then it's been a slow decline where we're seeing the prices have they're actually below where they were January 2016 on a home price index. In the east side, they're still holding value a little bit more, but again, the overall price point is significantly lower. Whereas when we were looking at a $3 million benchmark on the west side, it's more of a $1.3 million, 3.5 on the east, and that's for detached houses. If you've got any questions about how this specifically affects you, your home, your neighborhood, please do give me a call. Leslie McDonnell with RE/MAX Select Properties, 778-838-2378. I hope you're having a fantastic day.